Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an eyebrow tutorial. I haven't done one in a while and I feel like my eyebrow routine has been constantly changing. If you guys have been a subscriber of mine for a while, you know I went through many brow phases, tried many brow products, and this is what's been working really well for me. I just want to make mention that no two brows are the same, and it's kind of like winged eyeliner. They should be similar, but they're not going to be identical. This one has more of a higher arch than this one, and this eye is lazier than this eye, so like hard to get them to just be identical, but they should be similar. And I feel like my eyebrows are very cohesive and they go very well, but they're not identical. This one has less of an arch, so it's more like straight, and then this one's more arch. So you kind of got to work with what you have. And if you're somebody who like stresses about making your winged eyeliner identical or even your eyebrows identical, stop stressing. It's never gonna happen. You're never gonna get it to be like perfectly identical. It's just, any great makeup artist will tell you that, and it's just impossible. So if you guys would like to see how I get these brows, then just keep watching. Thanks guys. Okay, so these are my brows when they're just like naked. This one has obviously more of an arch than this one. This one's more straight, so I try to draw in a little bit of an arch, but you know, two brows are never going to be identical. They will be similar, but not identical, and that's a good thing to know, because sometimes you could drive yourself literally berserk trying to get your brows to look identical, and honestly they're not supposed to look identical. So I just go ahead and take a brow brush and just brush them in the direction that they need to go. Okay, and now I'm just going to go ahead and take my Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in Auburn, which is just like a light brown. And I'm going to take my Crown Pro angled liner brush. This is the C160-18 brush, and it looks like this. Honestly, is like an amazing brush for working with cream products, because it is synthetic and it's amazing for eyebrows, and that's the only thing I use it for. Synthetic brushes work well with cream-based products. So I always like to take some paper towel and kind of clean off the brush at first. That's just something I like to do, is work with a clean brush. And in between, you know, doing my brows, I always like to do that just to make sure that I'm working with, you know, the least amount of product and doesn't get all like messy. So I just use very little product to start, and I just like gently tap into the pomade. And then what I usually like to do is start in the back and make a tail. So brow bone is, like, you can feel where your brow bone is. You just want to follow that, especially if you're like me and don't have a tail to your brow. So I usually just like to go in. Snow falling on your window. And like drew a nice tail. And then I just like to go under the brow. Draw a line. Gray snow. As you're working, you want to constantly turn your head, because if you're like not turning your head and you're working like over here, you can't really see what you're doing. So you just want to constantly keep turning your head. And then I'm going to start to build my arch. So okay, and then you can just fill in the front very lightly with whatever product is left over on your brush. It's a cold. Now I'm just going to take my Benefit Fake Up Concealer, and I'm going to take a concealer brush and just take some of the product and kind of just clean up above and below. I'm just going to fill in the tail a little bit more, so we're going to follow that out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do this brow. I didn't do this brow first. I'm only going to do obviously one. You guys pretty much only need one brow to really get the hang of the tutorial. I wanted you guys to see the difference between this and this. It's like night and day. Like having your brows filled in makes a huge difference. The final thing I like to do to make sure that my brows pop a little bit more is to place a highlighting eyeshadow shade under my brows. So let me find a brush. This should be good. So I'm going to take my MAC palette and I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Nylon. I love to highlight with this shade. It's such a gorgeous shimmery white. And I'm going to place it right under the brow. Just makes the brows pop more. And that's pretty much it for my brows. Is a MAC mineralized skin finish. This is just a highlighter. This is in Soft and Gentle. I'm like addicted to this, even though my Anastasia contour kit has definitely taken the cake as far as highlighting goes. Prior to getting that little kit, I was always using this almost every single day as my highlight.